All right, world history, this is the last lesson. So this is where we connect our history of the past to the present and the things that we're experiencing right now. So we are living in conclusion, a highly connected world with ideologies that potentially could be the same. And so this was brought up initially by a political scientist by the name of Francis Fukuyama, who right after the fall of the Soviet Union came out with a piece called The End of History. Not that it's just simply, all right, history is over, but sort of the political strife that came about from the Cold War, whether it's capitalism versus communism, whether it's democracy versus the authoritarian governments of the Soviet Union and China and so forth. All of that came to a startling end in the late 1980s and early 1990s, such that he, in his piece, wrote something like this here. He says, what we may be witnessing is not just the end of the Cold War or the passing of a particular period of post-war history, but the end of history as such. That is, and he clarifies here, the end point of mankind's ideological evolution, so then how we think our societies should be run, and the universalization of Western liberal democracy as the final form of human government. So in other words, the others have failed. And this itself becomes the notion of Western democracy is really the final answer in terms of how human beings govern ourselves, right? But yet, the reality is, despite sort of the victory of the West in the Cold War, the world that we embarked on from the 1990s onward has its issues, and we've seen this in the last few decades here. Both the economic and the political issues that come about, regardless of sort of the success of economic and political liberalism, right? The notion of Western capitalism and democracy, which, as it turns out, doesn't fix everything. In fact, may be causing more issues. Now, supposedly there is a group that is there to sort of fix a lot of these problems here, and that would be the United Nations, which we have studied before as a peace organization. But it's not just simply a peace organization in order to secure a friendly relation among the nation states. But if you look at the statement down there, right at the end there, it says it promotes social progress, better living standards, and human rights. And in doing so, the UN generates a number of different sort of sub-organizations that exist to deal with a number of these particular issues. Like, say, for example, if you've ever worked with UNICEF, for instance, right? UNICEF is the United Nations Children's Fund, the International Children's Fund as well. So that becomes one of the key institutions that you may have heard of or have known about before. So the UN is there, again, hopefully to be able to, as it promised in a key document, the Declaration of Human Rights, that it's there to guarantee not just security, but all these other things as well. And so what you're going to do today is you're going to do a little bit of role playing. So you're going to investigate some of the problems of the globe. So you've been assigned now to the Special UN Global Task Force. And it's your job to take a look at some of the phenomena, some of the themes, some of the big ideas that existed in the 20th century and continues on in the 21st century. So you're going to examine some of these issues, some of these ideas in this particular task. And in doing so, you're going to investigate these issues, and you're going to generate a single definitive statement. So you're going to go ahead and select a number of these here, but read about it, and then from there, write down a statement that uses one of these sentence frames. One, this is a problem because, and you fill in the blank. Or, this is a solution to. Three, a solution to this would be, this demonstrates globalization by, or while this solves the problem of, it creates another issue by. So in other words, these are sentence frames. So as you go through these particular placards, read through the parts and the information that is provided, you're going to conclude using one of these particular sentence frames. And you're going to go ahead and take a look at this through the assignment that has been issued. So if you go into Google Classroom, there is a Google Doc that is provided. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through find the website, and then from there, there are 16 different placards that are available, that you're going to take a look at. If you're in my CP class, you're going to go ahead and do 12 of these, and if you're in my AP class, you will do all 16 of the issues that are here at hand here. So you're going to examine these, go and click on the links to find further information. For the one that we're looking at here, say for example, emergent diseases, that might sound familiar. Go and take a look at the information that is provided, and then what you'll do is you're going to go ahead and fill in the sentence frame. So you're going to choose one of these. After reading emergent diseases, you're going to go ahead and fill in one of these, highlight the beginning of the sentence frame, and then go and complete the sentence in this box right here. If you're in my AP class, you're going to do all of them, so all these titles you'll note are already labeled. If you're in the CP class, you'll note that there are fewer boxes, but you're going to select 12 out of the 16 that are provided. In both cases, once you have completed this, there is a conclusion section at the end. So either a set of conclusion questions, or an SAQ, a short answer question set that is provided at the end. Once you have this completed, go ahead and submit this as usual, and this itself is our final assignment. All right, good luck, and I'll see you around.